Okay, Ahab, time to go.
What happened to the woman?
The woman? We gave her a light. She took the short way down.
Who are you?
Who am I? You're talking to yourself. Been watching over you for 9 years. You can call me Ishmael.
What the hell is going on?
Well, the good news is, you're in the land of the living. Bad news? The world wants you dead. On your feet, soldier. The whole place is coming down. Need a little pick-me-up? Okay. Here. Nothing like a little digoxin to get you back in the game. Come on!
So first, when you're moving the camera and stuff, you can like press the stick in to zoom in more. You can do that during cutscenes as well, just like in all the previous games where you could zoom in and move the camera around during cutscenes. But yeah, Big Boss spoke, and it wasn't David Hayter. David Hayter is nowhere in this game. Big Boss has been entirely replaced with Kiefer Sutherland. Because Kojima, especially as of late, has been really into having celebrities voice and also appear in his games.
If David Cage can do it, maybe somebody who makes good games can.
Damn! It's true, though. So, yeah, David Hayter wasn't even, like, told about Metal Gear Solid 5. It was just, like, announced, and somebody else was voicing Snake, and he was just like, oh, what the hell?
We're getting out of here. Move it.
They've tried to get rid of David Hayter in the past. I actually learned that for Metal Gear Solid 3, he had to completely retry for the role of Snake before they would sign him on again.
Huh.
Let's take the stairs.
I love how atrophied Big Boss's arms are here.
It's pretty cool, actually. They actually change his body. Also, just animation-wise, when once we get more into light, when he's crawling, you can actually see his back muscles tense up when he moves and stuff. It's pretty neat.
Should have been getting more massages. That's all I gotta say.
There are already like 10 masseuses in the hospital just going in shifts all day around.
Yee, butt crack. Butt crack. Butt crack alert.
Oh yeah, if you want to see this guy's butt crack a lot, well, you will. Doesn't happen too often in video games, so when there's a chance, you better press the zoom in button.
Your hero, ladies and gentlemen.
He's been sleeping for a while. You know, he can't quite walk yet, but eventually he'll remember how to fight dinosaurs like he did 9 years ago.
This isn't gonna work. We better take the elevator.
I mean, so many Metal Gear Solid games have had themes just about the power fantasy in general. It's a real fun way to. It's like, yep, here we go again.
Yeah.
New angle. Let's take it from the top. So you've been saved by fire out of nowhere, and water out of nowhere. Somebody's gonna like get picked up in a tornado, and then there will be a landslide.
That's right. The new freak show bosses of Metal Gear Solid 5 are the Planeteers.
That would work. Like they all go home to their various continents. They have a globe-trotting adventure.
Yeah.
And once again, you've been working for the bad guy the whole time, Hoggish Greedley.
Oh, damn it. Damn it.
Agent of the Patriots.
So over on this corkboard is a poster. This was at GDC several years ago, inviting people to join the Fox team at Kojima Productions because that logo in the bottom right, the Kojima Productions logo but red, they actually opened up a new studio in LA that was doing additional work for them, and they were the people who worked entirely on Metal Gear Online for this game. If I remember correctly, they are just gone entirely. Whereas a lot of the staff from Kojima Productions is still working at Konami, just not under the name because Kojima was somehow allowed to take that with him when he made his new studio. But yeah, even by the time this game came out, like it had already been like maybe even half a year that it was known that Kojima was leaving once Metal Gear was done. So it's a little awkward to see that poster in the game and go like, ooh, wait.
Hold up, let's fix this. Next time, do it yourself. It's always good to try and mend your injuries while hiding from the enemy. Over there. Let's go.
I should also mention that the cutscenes in this game
This way, hurry.
all have the same direction in that they're always one take. There are never cuts between different camera angles. It is always a handheld camera, and it is always a single take.
Help me, please.
Don't get caught in those searchlights.
So there's actual cover mechanics in this game now. There's no button for it. If you just run into cover, Snake will take cover. There's a lot of really cool stuff you can do in this game, but at the moment, you know, he can barely move, so it'll be a bit before that stuff introduced. Big Boss can sprint now, though, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
Hey.
Move! Go!
Who do I choose, though? My best friend or this new man who's so courteous about germs? Oh! My best friend it is.
It's the first choice in the morality system in the Phantom Pain.
Yep. It's all about who you're friends with.
This way. Shit! It's ugly down there. Turn back.
So you have been on what, the 5th, 6th floor this whole time, something like that?
Yeah, I want to say it's probably like the 6th. It's pretty close to the top of this place.
I'm a Grigola. Come on.
Σας παρακαλώ, τι συμβαίνει? Δεν βλέπω τίποτα.
Δεν μιλάει κανένας, θα μας σκοτώσουνε.
Ναι, τον είδα πριν λίγο.
What's happening out there?
It's all right, we'll be okay.
Can't see what's happening. You hear that? What's going on out there?
Πρόσεχε!
Think we're safe in here?
Hey!
Hey!
I can't see what's happening.
Be alright.
What is that? What's happening out there? Does anybody know?
Hey!
It should be okay. Do you hear them coming?
Get out!
Please, please.
Yeah, what's messed up is, you know, the Fox engine is super nice. Konami holds the rights to it. They get to keep it. And it's barely being used for anything. They used it... Fox engine was also being used for PES, their soccer game franchise. I don't know if they're still making those, because I think they were, like, getting... They weren't starting to not sell that well compared to FIFA and all that. There is one more Metal Gear game being made by Konami, Metal Gear Survive, which is a multiplayer zombie survival game.
Hell yeah.
It doesn't look great, but I mean, who knows? It could still be fun. There's still people who worked on this game working on that game. It's not like just because Kojima's gone that, like, it can't be good.
Bite him! Bite him!
Ow. Yeah, Kojima Productions had plenty of like streams and presentations on just like the features of the engine and how they work making assets for the game. There's even a part where it was just like, we can scan objects and just put it in the game. Like, look, here's a rock. We found this really cool rock, and we scanned it, and now it's in the game. Look at this rock. Wow.
Anything? Negative. He came in here. Keep looking.
I love all those demos they did. Like, there was that picture of a conference room, and they're like, okay,
Yeah.
is this a real conference room, or is this in the Fox engine?
This way.
It's honestly pretty hard to tell. There's something about the way it handles lighting that just looks pretty damn nice.
Just get in the wheelchair and scoot.
Rome.
We're sitting ducks. Blend in with the bodies. Get down on your stomach and crawl.
I mean, look, if one of you could find a gun, one could push the person in the wheelchair, and the person in the wheelchair could be like a mounted gun person.
If you move, we're done for. Play dead.
One curious thing here is like, oh, play dead. There actually is a button you can press to kind of play dead, but they don't actually have you do it here. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you know how corpses always hold themselves up a few inches by their elbows?
Yeah, I mean, they just fell that way. Rigor mortis set in really quick. They were in that position.
right, just eat a ration. Come on.
Yeah. So
We better
you do
stop
not.
it.
You have regenerating health in this game. There's no longer a health bar. But when you get seriously injured, your health will no longer regenerate, and you have to heal your injuries. You don't go to a cure screen or anything like MGS3. You just press a button, and you have to take time to actually like sit there and like fix your arm or leg or whatever.
That's messed up, but cool.
Yeah, it works pretty well for the most part, I think. Also, you may notice that statue there might look familiar. That is actually a statue of the boss on her horse.
Oh.
You also may notice the colors look weird right now. When Big Boss gets really hurt and he's recovering from pain, all the reds in his vision disappear for a little bit.
So it's the opposite of every other action hero.
Yeah. Yeah, the explanation for that is because the horn that you saw in the X-ray that's in his head impairs his vision a little bit. So if he like knocks his head real hard, he'll stop seeing some colors for a bit.
Of course, there's an explanation. There's always an explanation. I'm surprised you haven't had like 30 codec calls by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this game seems a lot easier when you have a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Know how to shoot a gun? Hold down the aim button to aim. Then press the attack button to fire. Destroy it.
It's still, traditional third-person shooter stuff, just like in MGS4 and Peace Walker. Yeah, first-person view as well. You can switch shoulders. This is by far the best controlling Metal Gear. You'll see a lot of that in later videos, but the game feels really good to play. There's nothing clunky about this. And also, even when you're behind cover, bullets can still hit you. Sometimes they can ricochet off stuff.
Tricky.
Nice work. Let's go.
Man, you're boosting your combo meter.
Yeah, there's a meter that counts how many times you've been hit. That affects your score at the end of missions, because you also get ranked, just like in Peace Walker. This is also the first Metal Gear, really, where you can just pick up other people's guns with no issue. These guys have, like, Uzis and stuff, but they don't have a lot of ammo, so it's just better to keep the gun you are given.
I'll run interference.
Alright, that dude that specific dude gets super bewildered by the man diving over the stairs and then just vanishing. So he basically won't catch us. He just looks at those stairs for a while, real confused. I also want to show This game tries to be more accurate when you're aiming with, like, quote-unquote realistic when you're aiming with guns. A lot of games, even like the Uncharted games, like, even if the crosshair's in the middle of the screen, if you fire a bullet, it goes to the middle of the screen. Even if the model of the gun is physically touching, like, a wall or some other object, but the cursor, you know, it still looks like it should hit the guy, so the bullet will still hit the guy. This game doesn't do that.
Yeah.
If the gun is actually, like, caught between another object, the cursor will kind of point to where it's actually going to shoot. Which is why, like, when I went into first person, I was looking at a way different spot than the cursor was.
How much you want to bet a lot of the spots that he has bullet holes or whatever line up with Big Boss's, what, 103 bits of foreign material?
Oh yeah, like 108 or something. You can shoot this guy a whole bunch if you want, and he just kind of grunts a little bit. But
yeah, it has been demonstrated.
Unfortunately, there are no sprinklers anywhere in this room. So, that happens eventually if you get close to it. So that's a new move Big Boss has. He can dive now.
Nice.
The dive is pretty useful as well.